You are watching Tomorrow's Classrooms today. Welcome to this session on irony, a fascinating aspect of figurative language that adds depth, humor, and intrigue to texts. In this tutorial, we'll break down the three types of irony: verbal, situational, and dramatic, and explore how to identify, analyze, and create irony effectively. Our objectives follow Bloom's taxonomy to guide you from recognition to creation. Irony occurs when reality contrasts with expectations, often creating surprise and humor. Irony involves a contradiction, not random chance. It's a powerful tool that enhances storytelling by engaging readers through unexpected twists and deeper meanings. A traffic cop getting his license suspended for unpaid parking tickets is the opposite of what would one expect, creating surprise and humor. There are three main types of irony: verbal, situational, and dramatic. Let's delve into each one to understand their characteristics, functions, and impacts. Firstly, verbal irony occurs when a speaker says the opposite of what they mean, often for humor or emphasis. For your information, all sarcasm is verbal irony, but not all verbal irony is sarcastic. For instance, saying great weather during a downpour. In the example, the speaker's intended meaning is the opposite of his words, which expresses humor or dissatisfaction. Secondly, situational irony happens when an outcome is completely different from what was expected. For example, a fire station burning down. In the example, the opposite of what we logically anticipate creates a suspense, surprise, humor, or even a sense of absurdity. Thirdly, dramatic irony occurs when the audience knows more about the situation than the characters. For example, when Juliet takes a sleeping potion to appear dead, Romeo finds her and believes she is truly dead. In the example, the audience knows, but the characters does not, creating tension and tragedy unaware of the truth. Let's compare and contrast different types of irony. Irony in its various forms highlights the contrast between expectation and reality. Verbal and situational irony share this contrast but differ in expression. Verbal irony is spoken, while situational irony arises from events. Similarly, situational and dramatic irony both create surprise or tension. However, dramatic irony relies on the audience's knowledge, whereas situational irony depends on outcomes. Let's test your memory with this matching exercise. Pause the video to match the irony statements with their types. First, situational irony. Second, verbal irony. Third, dramatic irony. Let's test our understanding with a quick quiz on irony. Identify the type of irony in each scenario. Pause the video and identify the irony type. First, dramatic irony. Second, situational irony. Third, verbal irony. Let's test our understanding further. Identify the type of irony in each scenario and explain why. Pause the video to explain the ironic aspect. First, verbal irony. The statement means the opposite of what is happening. Second, situational irony. People anticipate the future, but they can't download or cancel it. Third, dramatic irony. The audience has more knowledge than the character. Check what is ironic in these images. Pause the video to check what is ironic. First, an organization dedicated to corrections being accurate has made a spelling error. Second, the phrase that nothing is permanent is permanently engraved in stone. Third, calling for help has become impossible due to the phone not working. Fourth, an ambulance that is supposed to provide aid has become a victim of the accident. Fifth, a sign that prohibits birds from perching in the area has become the perfect perch for one. Identify what is ironic in these phrases. Pause the video to find out what is ironic. First, the expected meaning of the sign is contradicted by the presence of the bird, which depends on fishing to survive. Second, the expected outcome of the sign, careful driving, is completely reversed by the reality of the accident. Third, the expectation, a store that operates 24 hours a day, is directly contradicted by the reality it is closed. Why is irony important? It enriches text by engaging the reader, conveying social commentary, developing characters, and enhancing humor. Let's analyze the significance of irony in literature. Read the extract from the short story The Necklace by Guy de Maupassant and answer the questions. Pause the video to do so. It's a situational irony that highlights the futility of her efforts and evokes sympathy, while subtly criticizing the superficial value placed on material possessions. Let's find out how verbal irony works in Shakespearean literature. In the example, Shakespeare uses verbal irony to convey the character's attitude and create humor. It reveals deeper truths and critiques societal norms. Now let's find out how situational irony works in Shakespearean literature. In the example, Shakespeare uses situational irony to enhance dramatic tension, highlight betrayal and deception, and create a contrast between appearance and reality. Now let's find out how dramatic irony works in Shakespearean literature. In the example, Shakespeare uses dramatic irony to create suspense and tension, making the audience feel involved in the story, and the characters make fatal mistakes due to their lack of knowledge. Read the text and analyze the use of irony. Pause the video momentarily to answer the questions. Here, the situational irony reveals the gap between the intended peaceful event and the actual chaotic behavior. The writer highlights the irony of human nature's tendency toward conflict, even in moments meant for unity. Read the extract, identify and explain irony. Pause the video to explain. Here the situational irony, a wealthy individual rejecting luxury, and the verbal irony, the luxury statement, challenge societal assumptions about wealth and happiness, presenting the character as someone who values simplicity despite their financial status. Follow the Peel method to evaluate the author's use of irony in The Gift of the Magi by O. Henry. Point: situational irony is employed to highlight the depth of the couple's love and sacrifice. Evidence: it is captured in the line, they sacrificed for each other their greatest treasures. Explanation: their foolish and wise actions add emotional depth, making their love more profound. Link: emphasizes the true value of giving lies in love and selfless rather than the gift itself. To conclude, let's apply our knowledge by writing a creative piece using irony. That's it for now. Thanks for joining this journey into the world of irony. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Comment below with your questions and insights. Let's keep learning together.